Welcome back to my animal education series. Today we're talking with some new friends of mine from the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center. And I always really enjoy having the opportunity to talk to people like this who do extensive work in conservation. And without any further ado, do you mind introducing yourself and telling us how long you've been with the organization?
Hi, my name is Doctor Wong. I am a wildlife biologist and a tropical forest ecologist. I'm also the Chief Executive Officer and the founder of the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center, which I founded in 2008. It has been 14 years I have been holding this position.
Like you, I'm extremely interested in conservation and the work that goes along with it, which is why I started this channel. So what made you so interested in devoting your time for the conservation of the sun bear?
I was given this opportunity to study wild sun bears back in 1998. And since then, my work has been focusing on the research of sun bears and their conservation work. The more I know about the sun bears, the more I worry about them. And therefore, I think we have to do a lot of things to conserve them. Therefore, I have decided to devote most of my career on the conservations of the sun bears. They are very important, they are very special, and we just cannot simply lose this bear in our rainforest.
For those people watching who may not be super familiar with the sun bear, what countries can you find the sun bear in?
Sun bears are found across Southeast Asia, ranging from eastern tip of India, eastern tip of Bangladesh, southern tip of China, Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Peninsula of Malaysia, Sumatra, and Borneo.
And can you tell us what kind of habitat the sun bear would typically live in?
Sun bears can be found in all kinds of habitat types across Southeast Asia, as long as they are good forests, away from people, and as long as they are big forests that they can sustain a healthy sun bear population, you will find sun bears there. Sun bear can be found in lowland deep tropical forests in Southeast Asia. They can also be found in montane forests, mangrove forests, limestone forests, riparian forests, literally any kind of forest. As long as they can find food, as long as they are not hunted down to extinction, sun bears are very, very adaptable and they can survive in various types of forests.
Most animal species adapt to live in whatever environment they are found in, and it could be special skills or physical adaptations. What adaptations does a sun bear have to help them survive out in the wild?
Sun bears have many characteristics that help them adapt to the rainforest or to the tropical forests of Southeast Asia. Say, for example, they are extremely arboreal. By having a relatively small sized body, they can climb the trees all the way to the treetops up until 40 or 50 meters tall. With their strong claws, with their big muscle on their hand, they can grip themselves and hold themselves safely on top of the tree. Sun bears have short, sleek black fur, and their fur is very, very dense and act like a raincoat during rain. The coat or the fur repel rains relatively easy, and therefore they don't mind to be living in this rainforest that have a lot of rainfall. Sun bears also have relatively long tongue. Like the Bornean sun bears that we have in Borneo, their tongue can be as long as 30 centimeters. These tongues are not only very long, but also very sticky as well. It is a good tool for them to lick up termite, ants, and other minuscule food items. They also act like a very important tool for them to cool themselves down in a hot tropical days. When it is really hot in the forest, the sun bear would pant and then stick their long tongue out and salivation, and that process will cool down their body. Sun bears also have very strong and long claws, and the cichlid-shaped claws are a tool for them to dig out earthworms from the soil. They can also use their claws to dig decay wood for beetle grubs, termite nests, and not only that, their claws is extremely strong, where they can use these claws and paws to hold themselves up on the tree trunk when they climb trees all the way to the treetop. They can use this to hold themselves relatively safe when they sleep high on top of tree or make a tree nest up on top of the trees. These are very important adaptation for the sun bears to thrive in this tropical forest environment.
I personally don't know a whole lot about these bears, so what makes up a lot of their diet?
Sun bears is an opportunistic feeder. They are omnivores just like us and feed on a wide variety of food items including plants and animals materials. In the forest, if fruits is available, then they will feed on a wide variety of fruits. The most important fruits items that they eat is ficus, is fig fruits. Besides fruits, they also feed on a wide variety of invertebrates like termites, ants, beetles, beetle larvae, centipede, millipedes, earthworms, and anything that they can get hold of in the forest. They can also eat young leaves when it is necessary, and they also eat meat. However, they are not good predators. They do scavenge if they come across an animal carcasses, or they can hunt down easy food items like a tortoise in the forest. They do eat meat.
Bears around the world come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. How big do these bears typically get?
There are two different subspecies of sun bears. The mainland sun bears, or we call the Malayan sun bears, Hyraactis malayanus, and the Bornean sun bear, Hyraactis malayanus eurispilus. A full-grown adult male Malayan sun bear is typically weigh 85 to 100 kilograms. Female is about 65 to 70 kilograms, whereas the Bornean sun bears is half the size of the mainland sun bear. They are full-grown adult male is typically about 45 to 50 kilograms, whereas the female Bornean sun bear is about 35 kilograms. They are literally the smallest bears in the world.
Sun bears may not be the biggest of any of the bear species, but do these bears have any predators as they reach adult size?
The sun bears do have predators in the wild. In Asia mainland and Sumatra, where they are sympatric with the tigers, tigers are known to prey on the sun bears. A few years ago, there was also a camera trap capture a picture of a leopard preying on a sun bear cubs. In Borneo, we don't have tiger or other big cats on these islands. However, we do have a documented case of a 7 meters reticulated python kill and swallow a full-grown female sun bear whole. The full-grown female sun bears weigh about 30 kilograms, and this big snake, 7 meters long, managed to swallow this female adult sun bears. Really impressive.
Sun bears are considered a keystone species in their environment. Do you mind telling us a little bit of how these bears affect their environment around them?
Sun bears play many important ecological roles in the forest ecosystems that they live in. They are very important seed dispersal because by eating fruits, they swallow the seed. The seed will later pass through their digestive tracts and come out in their feces. Seeds of the fruits will then germinate. Therefore, sun bear plant trees in the forest. Sun bears is also known as forest doctor. When they feed on termite, some termite species are known to attack live tree. When they feed on this group of termite, especially the Microcerotermus, they control the termite population. Sun bear is also known as forest farmer. When they feed on earthworm, they do a lot of digging, like plowing the soil. This process enhances the soil nutrient cycle and also makes the soil bed ready or easy for seed and seedling growth, and therefore they act just like a farmers. Sunbears is also known as forest engineer. One of the favorite food for the sunbears is honey. One group of honey that the sunbears feed on is from this stingless bee. Stingless bee build their hive inside a hollow tree trunk. When sunbear found a stingless beehive, they would climb the tree and use their very sharp claws and canine to rip apart the tree trunk and excavate the tree hole and feed on the honey inside. And that cavities later will be used by hornbills, flying squirrels, and other three-cavity nesters as nests. Therefore, without sunbears, these animals would have hard time on finding suitable nests to build their nests and also to propagate their next generation.
Unfortunately, during the editing process, some of Dr. Wong's video clips unfortunately got corrupted and we couldn't use them for this video, so I figured I'd just throw up on my phone real quick and see what I can throw together, because I thought some of the information was really important and provided a lot of helpful info to the video, and just really tells about the organization themselves. And I definitely wanted to make sure that was part of the video, since they were awesome enough to help out. So anyway, the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center was founded in 2008, and they've been saving sun bears ever since. They work with local governments to confiscate, rehabilitate, and to release sun bears back out to the wild where they belong. Currently, the IUCN labels these sun bears as vulnerable out in the wild, and without awesome organizations such as the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center and other organizations very much like it, a lot of these animals would unfortunately go extinct, and that's just not what we want, because we want amazing animals like this to be out in the wild further on. And if the sun bears are unfortunately not able to be returned back to the wild where they belong, they will take care of the sun bears until their final days. And again, I want to send a big thank you to Dr. Wong and the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center for sending us the video clips and sending us the information for this video. And again, this video would not be possible without them, so thank you guys so much for sending us all the super helpful info. I didn't know a whole lot about sun bears personally, so making this video and getting to watch their clips and all the information that they had to offer, that was really cool, and getting to see the video clips before they're unfortunately corrupted. That's just a big bummer, but that's part of filming. But again, thank you so much to them for making this video possible. And thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe to my channel. And as always, I will see you next week.